Oh, apparently we're going live right off the bat. Well, welcome back, everyone. Welcome, everyone, to Temple of Technology. I'm your host, Scott James Magner, the idiot with a microphone. You can see here my idiocy knows many abound because I am not on the right camera. Luckily, the microphone is turned on, so let's go to camera one, where you can still see me on camera four. All right, now we go. Perfect, perfect. Welcome back to the Temple of Technology. This is a special unboxing, reboxing stream today where we are dealing with the aftermath of yesterday's epic unboxing, but also uh, unboxing very new things today. And we are going to use a variety of tools to make that happen. So without any further ado, we're going to head straight over to the unboxing studio. And here we are. Boom! Welcome back to camera 2, everyone, where we stay classy. All right. I don't need all that much of this keyboard right now because I've already started the stream. So I'm just going to slide that in there. Move myself closer to all the cameras. Mwahaha, closer to all the cameras, including the one I'm staring at right now that I can't do a damn thing about. Okay. So I've talked before about taking recorded media and putting it in smaller cases to fit it better on my shelf. So I'm going to show you exactly that process right now. We're going to go with my new favorite movie, Hobo with a Shotgun. I liked this movie before, but in general, now I own it. It is the 3,000th movie in my collection, by the way. It's I have a little program to help me keep track of that sort of thing. And when it popped up big. All right, so these are 6mm cases, replacement cases for Blu-rays. I buy them online. In various places, they are nice and plastic. I typically recycle these Blu-ray and DVD cases when I am done with them, but they are PVC 6, so you can't... I have been throwing in the bin. I probably shouldn't have been throwing them in the bin. I should have been putting them in a separate box. Separate bag, rather, and recycling them outside my normal process. What I'm going to start doing, right? Because I thought I was helping save the planet. Turns out I'm killing it by degrees. I like these Blu-ray cases because I don't have to do anything else to the liner. I just pop it right in. It is set so you can still read the spine just fine. There's not a lot of extra room here. The case inserts are all various sizes, right? They are in general all the same height, but the width of them can change depending on manufacturer. So that's one DVD. We'll be doing this with 4 DVDs today, or 4 bits of recorded media. All right, and this will responsibly go on this pile of shit that I have to recycle over there. Stay responsible, everyone, and classy. Okay. These are some of the favorite replacements that I have. These are 4mm cases. So this guy's 6mm. These DVD cases are 4mm, and they fit 1 DVD in them. So we have 2 DVDs to recase. And we'll start with Just Like Heaven. I talked about this movie yesterday. Just Like Heaven, romantic comedy starring Reese Witherspoon and Mark Ruffalo. This guy is pissing me off. This is an old school DVD case that has little flaps on there. Highly inefficient. These flaps break off. No one makes these anymore. No one uses those to put DVDs for sale. Alright, so you watched me put the liner note into the Blu-ray case and it fit just fine. I'll show you now that this is not going to fit. With a simple expedient of I will close that case and I will just show you if nothing happened and the spine was the right shape, that would fit. But the spine is not the right shape. And you see here, the spine plus the case goes over by a few millimeters. So what I typically do is I use my favorite tool in the universe, my leveling straight edge, and I just take a little bit off the side. I make sure it's lined up and that I'm not going to be cutting off any text. You may or may not be able to see that properly from how that camera is oriented, but if you're looking straight on like I am, you'd see that I got a good crisp fold there. There is a 2mm fold, which is about the space I want to be saving. I want to be saving total about 6 millimeters, because I'm going from a 14mm case with a little bit of extra padding to a 4mm case with no extra padding. If I take 6mm off, the extra room at the sides of this case will accommodate the slack, and I will be golden. And you're not going to lose a lot of text either. Just up close in my face. It's going to be a pretty short stream. I don't anticipate keeping y'all very long. It's only one person viewing, so. And is that person real? Maybe? Extra More. Oh, I think I know who Extra More is. Introduce yourself, my friend. I know who you are, but if you're not going to chat, nobody else will. Doopy-doopy-doo. Okay, I got that done. So now, having folded in the edges, you can see there's still text. You can still read all the text. Everything is fine. Got the DVD in the case. Shark goes in the water. You go in the water. Shark goes in the water. Cage goes in the water. Shark's in the water. You go in the cage. I think that's how it goes. It's been a while since I watched it. All right. So it's got a sleeve there on the outside. One of the cool things about using these cases over and over again is I really haven't bought these 4mm cases in the last decade. I've been buying 6mm cases when I have to buy them, and usually just the clear ones. All right, look at that. So the spine is over and not as readable as it could be. So I am going to orient that. I may have folded more than I needed to. I could have got away with just doing a couple of 2mm folds. Really nailing it down. All right. So that is legible. Just like heaven, you can read it. I'll be able to read it on the shelf. You can see here I've got a little bit of space there after the fold. Oop. And a little more space behind the fold there. But it's what I needed to have happen. It makes space. It fits better on my shelf. All right, put that here. This will go on the responsibly recycle pile. I'm sure I'll get to that in no time. All right. 28 days later, we saw it big, red, bold, and it is already not filling up this case. I might be able to just slip it right in to the new one. We'll find out. It's got a little thicker paper. I like the thick paper. It gives it a little weight. It also gives it crisper folds. All right. I don't think it's going to slip right in. I think I'm going to have to fold. We'll find out. Oh, it's pretty tight. That is going to bubble. So you see there, tension is keeping it open. So I'm going to have to fold. I'm going to crease the spine now so that we've got a good view on there for what we're going to see. And then we're going to do a really tight fold. That's all we're going to have to do. not a lot of room needs to be saved here. That's straight. It's not as straight as I want it to be. Shucks. You want to be sure and line this up when you're doing this. So that's way too much. I don't like any of that folding. That was all bad folding. Shame on me. All right, we need to line this up and make sure that we are doing a straight and even fold. I actually have a device that would fold this better. I have a paper cutter. And while I'm not advocating cutting the sleeves, because that's just a bit much, I want to point out how much light is on my face right now from this guy over here. It's way too bright. I'm going to turn it, that's turning it up. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. There we go. That's a little better. And I'm going to turn this down a little bit too. Nope, that's up. As long as the green screen is still properly, yeah, see, that's one step too far. I want to make sure that the green screen is separating colors the way it should be. And what's in this box right here is going to take care of that problem. That'll be the next phase of our stream today. Going on to that. All right, we're going to try this the right way. I just bumped the microphone. I'm sorry, everybody, if that was loud. Just want a little bit over the edge there. A little bit over the edge. Not a lot. There we go. Still too much, but it'll look fine on the shelf. Okay. Not going to be 100% straight, which will bother me. But I can keep the spine straight, which is fine, and that's what I want. Slide this in, and we're going to measure from the back forward. Trying to get that spine how we want it. Yep, that's exactly what we wanted right there. Keep the bottom edges aligned. All right. 28 days later, I can read it from a distance. Gonna put the DVD in the case. This particular DVD came with a little booklet with the scene selections. So we'll put that in there using the clips provided. All right. And just like that, I've got 3 movies in essentially the space that one case took up before. Right? Saving a lot of room on the shelf. All right, but we're going to keep hold of this case because in the Batman Animated Adventures set that I got yesterday was a Blu-ray of Mask of the Phantasm, a great Batman movie, full-length movie that showed in theaters, and means I don't need this guy anymore. My DVD of Mask of the Phantasm, which has both standard and widescreen on it. I don't need either of those, to be perfectly honest. So I'm just going to pop this out of the old tray. Pop it into the new one. And then I'm going to take the liner out. I made sure it was a valid liner. And I can tell just at a glance because I had folded the edges to fit it in the smaller case. Nobody cares if that gets folded a little bit, as long as it's not torn, right? Now this one I had to fold a little more to get it into the case because it was a fairly wide cover insert, but as long as I line it up here on the bottom so it's not folded, you'll leave my house pretty quick. All right, boom, just like that. We got a nice clean spine that you can see from a distance. It's ready to go on to the swap site. All right, so that brings me back to the next bit here. I've been looking at some new lighting solutions. I've turned this light almost all the way down, and this one's at half strength because it really gets in my eyes, especially when I'm this close. In fact, I'm going to go back to the main screen, where you can still see my face fine, right? There's not a lot going on. You can see the reflections in the glasses, but these lights are a little brighter than I wanted for this particular installation. They have a lot of glare that they put out, and over time, especially for an hour or 2 hours of gaming, it really gets in your eyes, and it makes it hard to see. So I'm going to take my favorite new tool, my Bachle multi-tool. I'm going to cut some tape. Head back to the unboxing area. I don't know what just happened there with that blip. And if this works, it's not going to work. It's too thick. It's more of a tool than a knife. So I'm going to use my knife, my second favorite tooling. I get use out of this pocket knife every single day. Ooh, I almost cut myself there. All right, so crazily enough, this tape came right off. When it was achieved like this, it had a very strong bond, especially since it came around the sides, and friction was doing a lot of the holding for it. But once I cut the sides and gave it a little pop there, it came right out. And all of my labeling and all the address information is on the bottom of this box. Or rather, the effective bottom of this box. So, opening this guy up, we see I've got packaging air, which we don't need. And 2 boxes, which were well packaged in there. All right. Onto the responsibly recycled pack there. We're going to open one of these guys and keep the other one open. In fact, we're going to turn the lights back up because we need a little more light in here. What has gone on? Oh. I not only turned the light down, I turned it off. All right. We're going to need a bit more reflected light. Like I may even end up using one of these as a downlight. We'll see how well these go. So these are the Logitech Ultra Litra Glow lights. They have desktop app control, USB connector, premium streaming light with TrueSoft. I have 2, count them, 2 USB slots left on the back of my computer. But I also have the USB slots that these 2 lights are set into right now. So it looks like, yeah, this box has got 2 bits of round tape there. We'll just use my short blade knife there for that. I looked at a lot of lights, a lot of different lights. These ones that I got up here were emergency lights. I needed to light my downstairs living room so that my partner could take dance classes. All right, so there's 2 spacers in here. It doesn't look like there's anything in the spacers. It's just an empty box. But it's a good idea to keep things secure inside. And this guy pops right out. So why I like this light? Well, for one, got a little shelf. And this shelf is made to Hey Don, how's it going? I am unboxing new lights today for use in my broadcast empire. All right, so we've got USB-C out for power and data because we'll be sending instructions to this guy. It's got a slider on the bottom. Well, I gotta take the plastic off. Take the plastic off. You fool! It's got a slider on back to get height over the monitor, which the current solution does not have. And it also means if it is attached to the top of the monitor, yeah, light bulb, attached to the top of the monitor, it means when I raise the monitors up and down, the lights will go up and down too. Okay, there is a URL there, if you can see, logitech.com/creator/download. That is to download the Logitech G Hub software, which I did the other day. Here are our controls on the back. We've got on, off, the ON, ONF actuator. We've got up and down, plus minus there, but we've also got different lighting modes you can control from there. All right. So I'm hoping that the USB instructions, very important instructions, I will read them most likely. Hoping this is a long cable. It needs to go, the distance from this monitor to the PC is about 5 feet. So I need a 2-meter cable to really make that connection. Or I need to get a bridge. I have bridges that I can do. All right, so how long is that gonna be? Well, the easiest way to look is to cut it in half. That is a 4-foot cable. Actually, it is a... No, it's exactly a 5-foot cable. May not be long enough, but we'll see. I am going to plug it in. It's also got cable management in the back. Cable management in the back, which I quite like. We'll see. I may need to get an extender in the long run, but we have them. We'll find out. I will definitely be able to hook it up on this monitor. So I am going to head back to the main screen and show you what I'm doing over here on camera 2. There's a PC yonder. Here's the light that I'm going to be replacing. So we're going to turn that light off. See, there's definitely a drop in illumination. Because of my webcam and microphone shenanigans the other day, I've got Commander Hub on the back. And I think if I put the microphone up yonder, you'll actually be able to see behind here. See how that looks. Ah, look at that, you can see the back of the computer. That's what I want. That guy at the bottom right there is what we're going to be plugging into. If I can reach it. I'm a tall man. But as it turns out, I've got one space on this hub. Another space elsewhere. So I've got this USB. I'm going to plug it in to this light. And then I'm going to turn it on. Oh, is that not good enough to supply power? Oh, it is. It is turned on. Quite bright. Wow, that's very bright. So, go back to the main camera. All right. I'm going to turn off a bunch of lights. Computer, lights off. Computer office lights off. All right. So down, a dull glow there. That's the light I have been using. One of the cameras is plugged into that hub. I have 4 cameras hooked up to this computer. That's really bright. That's acceptably. And we'll move the microphone back over here. Oh, that's going to be a problem. That's less of a problem. So, this is the light I've got over here. Now we've got the light of my main monitor on, and this guy right there lighting up my day. I can believe it. Yeah, it sure did. Well, we'll deal with that. I may have jiggled the, I probably jiggled the thing, so it's not as important. Everything is darker now. Everything is worse because I don't have enough light to run things. There's my green screen in the back. You can see, oh, come on. I'm back over here. My green screen in the back does not have efficient lighting. All that stuff is going great. So I'm going to turn on this G-Hub software. I'm going to put it here in the back so that you can see. Here are the cameras hooked up. Got my Brio, my C920, this guy right here, and this Litra Glow. Powered on to get started. It is on. Manual adjustment. Do I want cool or warm? Oh, see, here's I've got funny. It's got the that monitor on. All right, so the feed from my camera is fine. This is it here. You can see my unboxing frame right there. Temperature, cool or warm. I want warm. Cool. That's very bright. In fact, it's exceedingly bright. But my face is in fine profile with just that light. Go back to the main screen. You can see I've got a lot of light there, and the green screen looks a lot better with that light on it. So automatically, it is a touch too bright. So I am going to pull it back a little bit, not a lot, just enough that I'm not blinded by it. All right. There's a bunch of different settings I can do for this, but I'm going to go through the select a camera for you. If I could change it here, sure. Let's change to camera 2. Camera's not available. Because somebody's using it. Oh, I get it. I know what's going on now. Yeah, sure. It doesn't know what to do because got it. So TrueSoft. There are likely a bunch of different. I can change the lighting for all the different games that I play. It knows, in fact, games that I've installed on my machine here. So there's my Destiny 2, Kerbal Space Program, Satisfactory, which I've never actually played, right? I just installed it. Civ 6, Stellaris, Elder Scrolls Online. So it's got those in my profile. And that is an acceptable amount of light that's not awful. I'm going to turn on... Oh, that guy fell off, didn't it? So that's a full-on light in my face. It's a bunch. I'm going to move this light as far over here as I can get it so we can see the difference. Can't get it quite as far as I want, but I can get it fairly far. All right, so here's our overpowering light. Turn that off to my merely powering. And it definitely changes the light available for focusing. In fact, we moved out of focus, so I gotta get myself refocused there to see how much light I can get. A bunch. But we can get... Oh, there you went. It went fine. Now I can see everything. We can also put this right next to my Brio. Right next to my Brio. Directly over that camera. There's a lot of light in this room all of a sudden. There is no overhead lighting. I've turned off the overhead lights, so if I just wanted to stream with this guy, we'd probably be doing okay. I can go dimmer. I can go brighter. That's very dim, but it's still enough to pick up me. Right? If I didn't have the green screen, you could see me just fine. In fact, that's pretty interesting. With this, is that what did it? Is that what did it? Oh. When I installed this software a couple days ago to help me manage my Logitech Brio, it introduced a video delay on my streams that I combated a bit by slowing down my audio with by 350 milliseconds. So if my audio and my lips are not synced up right now, please let me know. But that's a decent amount of light right there. It's so decent, in fact, that I could probably put both of those on these corners and be fine. So I'm able to, you know, move it up and down. That's half. See my face all over. Is it the light I need? I don't know. Computer, office lights on. With the overhead light and this, we're doing pretty good. I might even only need one of these, which is kind of why I wanted to run this test, to see if the light would be good enough just straight up here to run the green screen behind me and run everything. Let's head back to camera 2 where we stay classy. That is a decent amount of light being put out by the overhead light and this guy in front of me. I am getting a few shadows here and there, but not a lot. Getting lit, yes, I do that on occasion. You can see up there, it's not an awful amount of light. I mean, it's really not terrible in your face, and that's at half. That's at half with a cool temperature. I'll set that to a Midland temperature. A little warmer. Get back down here on me. I think that's an acceptable amount of light. I really do. It catches the face. It doesn't throw too many shadows up. So once I figure out how to run these, because I'm going to need extenders or another hub, right? But once I figure out how to run these things, I think we're going to be looking pretty good. I won't need these awful lights. Now, just a reminder, I'm going to turn this light off. That's simply the overhead light. It's 2 LED lights up there, which I've got on at maximum. But, you know, there's a frosted dome overhead. think if I move this up, you can see. Yeah, that's the light I've got from the overhead light. I do love camera 2. Being situated over here, I can do so many things with it. All right, now I'm going to turn this light back on. It's a lot harsher. Even though I can dim it, right? It's 6 times 6. No, it's 11 times 6. It's 66 LEDs that are just bright all the time in your face. And that's 66 points of light that are going to follow you wherever you go when you look away, as opposed to one light panel that is bright. I don't want to stare directly into it, but I don't have to worry about it as much. So that's what I like. All right, so what have we got? We've got the Logitech Ultra Glow. Litra Glow, rather. True soft technology delivers accurate soft light for more flattering skin tones. True statement. 3-way adjustable monitor mount. Yes, we saw the monitor mount. Warm candlelight to cool blue with onboard controls or desktop app. Frameless, edgeless light that's gentle on the eyes for all day streaming. There are no lies detected on the back of this box. I get it. I like it. I'm going to try one more thing. I'm going to turn the software off. Yeah, turn the software off. I'm going to go back and see if camera 3... Nope, camera 3 is still frozen. I'm going to have to turn it off and reinstall. Not a big deal. I recommend this light to creators. I do. I will do a full video review of this later on that I may post to YouTube. But it is... Oh, I can even put this on a tripod. Oh, it swivels. Swivels! That's going to come in handy. Yeah, look at this. I can swivel it. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna have fun playing with this light. And the next time I do a full stream, we're gonna have the benefit of 2 of these guys at wide separation. We're gonna make sure that we've got enough plugs in the back. I think I know how to do it. I've got 2 plugs in the front that I'm not using, and we will go from there. I don't want to put another USB card in here. I could fit one, but it's getting tight. It's getting tight in the back. We're getting to the point where I may need to build a separate box for streaming to get all these lights hooked up. But we'll see. If I don't have to control it with the computer either. I could plug these directly in to where these other lights are plugged, and there won't be any problems whatsoever. In fact, I'm going to do that first. We'll see how this is going to go. But that's it. That's my stream. Thank you for watching, Dawn. If somebody else watched too, maybe somebody watched. I think Extra More still watching, still not talking. I know who you are, buddy. You should chat every so often, because it certainly helps my numbers. Yeah, I'm gonna post. In fact, I'm gonna do a graphic that is gonna post all the stuff that I run with. Oh, I absolutely know how to fix it. I do. Are you using OBS software? Don, are you using you're just streaming straight to Twitch. So you go to Twitch and your video is dumping straight onto Twitch? Or you're watching me on Twitch and you're getting the mismatch? Okay. Right now, is the audio delayed from the video? Right now, on this camera. Okay. So I offset it based on my 4K camera. So right now, are you having problems with the mismatch? Is it just a tiny bit off, a lot off? What's going on? Because I installed a 350 millisecond delay for the audio to make sure it matches up. Yeah, exactly. Because this is dialed in for camera 1 here, this 4K camera. The fact that I happen to use other cameras is unfortunate. I can't put a 4K camera on all of these, or can I? I believe the cheapest 4K camera I can get is $150. And do I want 4 of those? I don't know. I don't think I do. So, it's worth it to... If I do most of my streams in this configuration, right, I will need to move this fully. I need to use the bigger one, I think, to get me full out over there, and I'll just zoom in, and I can show you. I can zoom in fairly easily using these controls. Oh wait, cancel. What's going on there? Oh, it's because it's the wrong camera. It's trying to, yeah, stop that. I don't want to adjust the settings on that camera. I want to adjust the settings on this camera. Hear the video. So I'm just going to zoom in. Come on, grab the sucker and zoom in. Now, if I zoom in here, I'm just the talking head. I don't need as much green screen behind me. So I can use... Now it's the same sky as you had before, but it's simply closer and in your face. So I can use this green screen or the bigger green screen zoomed in like this, and this will be the only camera that I use. I like using multiple cameras. So the problem came when I started using the 4K camera at 4K nonstop. So I've got a 4K canvas that it draws on, and I'm using all the 4K pixels. I'm using the 3840 by 2160 as the broadcast set. And that's what I'm doing. And that gets knocked down to 1080p before it goes to Twitch. And then 30 frames a second is about all I can handle with my uploads. I would rather do 60 frames a second. I would very much rather do 60 frames a second. But the upload speed I can get through Comcast, not there. Just not there. So I have to go to full fiber. And while I can get fiber from Ziply, just the internet will cost as much as I pay for my internet plus cable bill right now. And I will still have to have cable because I watch cable. So is it a worthwhile business expense? Yes. Is it worth doubling or tripling my internet expenditure every month for a stream that nobody watches? No. No, it's not. So if I move, I'll definitely explore faster internet. Xfinity has a fiber product, but it does not come here. Even though this building and this whole development is already built in for fiber, the Xfinity fiber doesn't come here. So I don't have access to it. It's not as easy. You are nobody. Relatively speaking, I mean, if there's one guy, if I'm streaming to one guy, I can do that over a Zoom call, right? If I'm streaming to 2 or 3 or 4 guys, that's important. Or gals, because there are gals who watch this stream. That works for me too. To make these streams profitable, you need 50 people watching on a regular basis. 50 people watching and chatting. And while I know thousands of people, 2 of them show up for streams. And it's a hard sell to get them to show up for that. So I, for now, am going to content myself with a 30 frames a second stream. I will, for the most part, use this Brio up here and the this camera here for the streams, but you know, we're getting to the point where I could very easily upgrade both of these cameras, 4K cameras. They're not out of control expensive. It's simply a matter of how good they can get. So the price today on Logitech 4K cameras, 2K is about $100. The Brio I've got right now is $163, and there's an upgrade to it for $175. But then there's also the Logitech Rally Bar 4K UHD all-in-one video conference camera for $4,000. I'm not buying that. I don't see any reason to buy it. There is a $100 magnetic webcam for 4K webcam for Macintoshes. And if I could mount that guy on a tripod. Can I mount it on a tripod? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. I like the look of it. I don't know if I can mount this on a tripod or not, though. More product details. I asked for more product details, and you sent me to the bottom of it. There are no details. No details whatsoever. Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. So 1080p works great. Oh, there's some people have. All right, so it doesn't have mounting bump. Yeah, no configuration software for Mac OS. Yeah, look at the. No, it's just a magnet. Just a magnet that hooks on to a magnet thing. So if I want to have a metal mount somewhere and put a magnet on it, that'd be fine. That'd be $100. But at that point, if you're gonna do a 4K camera for $100, why aren't you doing a 4K camera for $160? Let's be honest with you, right? If you know the camera that works, you should use the camera that works. And that would leave me with these two great 1080p cameras that I kind of need but don't need. One of them I would definitely go and upgrade Lindsay's old 720p Microsoft Live Cam, and then we'll see about the rest. But that's where I am. That's what I'm looking at right now. So I could jumpstart somebody's streaming empire, right? Because I've got spare microphones, spare cameras, spare tripods, spare lights now, you know, and the software is good and ready to go. In fact, I may well upgrade one of my authors with better software. That might be interesting. I'll have to see how that works. But for right now, I'm going to log off. It's lunchtime. In fact, it's past lunchtime. I should have eaten lunch a while ago. Thank you for watching, Don Glover, who is not nobody. He's a great guy who just got a job. Congratulations, Don. Getting a job. In fact, let me ask you a question. Are you seeing a delay here on this camera? This is my WebMic 4K Pro. Clearly, it does not work as well without as much light. So I would have to turn the light up a bit more. That lights up all the way. So you're not seeing any. You are seeing a delay. Yeah, I see you are seeing a delay because there is, I can see my lips moving at the right time here. So the 4K video coming out of this camera is not going through the kind of processing that's coming through on that camera. And that delay started the day that they're using the exact same cables. They're plugged in right next to each other to high-speed USB 3.1 and 3.2 on the back of the computer. So I may have to rejigger the plugs and see, because I swapped them. Now it won't do anything. This 4K camera here, camera 4, the Webmic Pro, was plugged into the slot where the Brio up here was plugged into, and no lights. By the way, how does this look to you? Don has been with me through all of my travails testing this Webmic Pro. How are the colors? How is the sharpness? How does this look to you? You've seen all the bad videos. How does this video look? You know, at some point, I'm just going to get you on the stream so we could talk in real time. It's pretty good, yeah. I had to do hours and hours of tinkering, none of which was explained in the fucking box. Yeah, it's not the best, but it's okay, and it's better than that Logitech over there, right? I might put this guy over there. It's better all around for what I need it to do. And it's 4K. Got lots and lots of pixels. You can see the green screen in the background. You can't read the plaque though, can you? That was our test before. You can't really read the plaque. There are several things that I discovered that were holding this camera back, and one of which was lighting, available lighting, and one of which was the distance it was off the desk. And I got a foot-long extender that extends even farther. So I have now moved it closer to me. It is a foot away. And boy, is that sharp, right? A foot away from my face. And you can get all the definition you need, all the stuff you want. And if I want to, I can put this even higher. Tighten that down so it doesn't go anywhere. And pop down at me like so. Woo, death from above. So now I've got, it's way up high. It's got a decent view of the room. I can read the plaque, but I'm also wearing bifocals. Other people may not be able to read the plaque. I don't like it up that high. I like it here. Maybe down a little bit so it doesn't catch as much of the green screen. And when I push it back, though, of course, the green screen comes right back in. This is as far back as it can reasonably get. Otherwise, it's going to go through the monitor. I can mount this behind on the pole, but I'm okay with it as a secondary camera. And I'm enough okay with it that I'll probably put it over there. In fact, the more I think of it, the more I want to make this camera too. We'll see how that works. I'll tinker around with that, making that camera too, because there's an extension cable on camera 2 there, which would free up a 1080p camera. But then I also need to figure out how to rewire this for work use, because I use this as my work webcam. I don't know. It's tricksy. Very tricksy. The delay on the Brio is bothering me. And because that means that 4K video requires more processing, which we knew. But this is a 4K camera, and it doesn't require processing, as much processing. The delay I've got on the audio, I don't know. Figure it out. I'll figure it out. Okay, well, that's what I got for now. I'm really gonna go get lunch now, because it is 1:45. Yeah, it's 1:45. I've been streaming for a while now, and we're talking about nothing, but that's okay. The right kind of nothing. So I'm gonna head back over here to my end screen. Thank you for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. If you're watching on video on demand, if you're watching on Twitch Live, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, it's going live to all 3 platforms with no drop frames at all. So 30 frames a second is the way to go for that. I do appreciate your patronage, and I would appreciate it if you liked, followed, or subscribed, as whatever does not cost you any money. Because you should not pay for this content. I'm an idiot with a microphone. It said so right on the last screen. I do not know what I'm doing, or rather, I barely know what I'm doing. And I have more money than smarts, and less time than either. But I would appreciate a follow, and definitely recommend me to your friends, because I talk about stuff all the time, and I am trying to get better. So streams like this one is me trying to perfect the craft of streaming, and with its more, be it with more lights or different cameras. That's what I do. I try stuff out, and we'll figure it all out together. But I have been your host, Scott James Magner. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Buy my books if you get a chance. I am a science fiction author and game designer, and I write pretty much whatever I can get paid for. So I formed a small press, arsentertainment.com, to help independent authors get their stories out and keep them in print. Them back in print and keep them in print. I will handle any kind of fiction if I believe in the author. My own books are there. That's put my money where my mouth is, right? My partner's book is there. We are looking to sign new authors all the time. We have a great author named Evan Peterson who wrote a fantastic book of horror poetry about Frankenstein's monster as written by Frankenstein's monster. It's a fantastic book. Everyone should read it, and I hope that you do. In fact, I not only am I putting my money where my mouth is, you can go right now to rsentertainment.com and get one of my books for free. Homefront, my first science fiction novel, is absolutely free on that platform. You can get an ebook copy in whatever format you desire. And if you like what you read for free, why not come back and buy the trilogy, right? It's only $10 for all 3 ebooks. I'm not priced like giant international conglomerates. I know what books are worth. I know what a digital book is worth. And could I make $2 more a book? Yeah, I could. I could absolutely make $2 more a book. I don't have to, though. I have met my costs. I have done what I set out to do with these books, and that's how I feel about the whole process of publishing. I am not doing this to make money. I'm doing this to make art. The money is nice. I won't lie. The money enables me to publish more books and to pay artists and editors what they're worth, which I do anyway. I'll just do it at a profit instead of at a loss. So that's my pitch. That's my spiel. I've been your host, Scott James Magner. My stream is ending, and you should have a great rest of your day.